Opinions Unqualified. Welcome to the Big 20.
20!
Nixie, how are you doing?
Good, man. Good, man. I'm stoked that we've made 20.
This is our biggest achievement so far, making it to 20.
Possibly in our life.
Yeah, exactly. All the doubters out there that thought we would make it past episode 6 or whatever the average is, we've well and truly smashed that now.
We have?
And we celebrated on the weekend.
We did. And, I'd do it all again.
I love a good weekend. And obviously I was lucky enough to have a double up on the one day on the Saturday, which was quite lucky for me.
Yep. Yeah, you were.
But you also had a good win as well.
I did. Back on the winners list.
Exactly.
You beauty.
So we both had good doubles leading into the night.
We did. Yep.
Do you have any highlights?
Before I get on the highlights, I just do want to say two things.
Yes.
How good's a cowbell? Cowbells are amazing. And I'm going to message because I'll forget because the intern isn't here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're having a little bit of a late one, and we'll go into that a little bit later. But he's not here today, so I got a message from an avid listener.
Yeah.
And said rather than calling him the intern, we should call him the shin turn because his name's Sean, the intern. It should be shin turn.
The shin turn.
The shin turn. What do you think?
Sean turn.
Sean turn? No, because it's got to have the shin turn.
Shin turn. Oh, I mean, I can rock with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's think on that. So if people think shin turn's good,
yeah, maybe that's a poll that we can do.
yeah, shin turn, Sean turn, intern.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, weekend. What was your highlight?
Oh, cool. Yeah. So I led into winning. Winning was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, winning was really good. So it was good to get back on the winners list. And then probably heading to Alabama Song, which is it's a pretty cool, trendy little
dive bar. I think.
Is it a dive bar?
I think that's what they go
by. Yeah.
I think that's what they go by, a little dive bar.
Yeah.
I think.
Very American style, like with the chicken wire stage.
The Blues Brothers setup.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Peanuts.
Love the peanut. I'll be honest, I love the peanuts.
I'm pretty sure I smashed a few peanuts.
You did.
That night.
Yeah, I remember going to the bar at one point, and the peanuts were like just in arm's reach, and there was like a few people by the side of me, and I've gone to get them, and I've kept getting them, so they ended up pushing the peanuts in front of me. So that was cool. I like that. I did a few peanuts, but before you went and caught up with me, you were at a festival.
Yeah, I was at the craft beer festival. You want to know a fun fact about my experience at the craft beer festival this year?
Yes.
So it's a craft brewery festival, or beer, whatever. And I only drank one beer.
Really?
Yeah, I only drank one beer.
What were you drinking?
So I think they call it seltzers. Have you ever had a White Claw in America?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think they're called seltzers.
Okay.
The actual type, it's like soda water with flavor and then like alcohol.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like a light vodka, lime, and soda, but a bit different. Different flavors, which is a White Claw. So I was drinking a few of those, and then I had a cider, a couple ciders.
Yep.
And then I had one beer, which was a Hoegaarden.
Yep.
Do you want to know how the person pronounced it at their little stall?
I reckon they would have pronounced it Hoegaarden.
Yeah, Hoegaarden. Poor lady. She was like, I came in hot. I said, "Can you pronounce it?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, I don't know. I'm nervous." I said, just have a go. And then she said, Hoegaarden. And I said, "I'll take 2 Hoegaardens, please." And then that was my little flex.
And then she didn't serve you again.
Yeah, and that was, one beer was enough for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, so it was more ciders and those seltzer kind of things. And then I got to Alabama Song.
Yeah.
And then it was whiskey, I think. Bourbon.
Yeah, it was. I think I just remember there was a few moments that I'll remember. Particularly when you got to the bar, and it was a little bit raining outside, and we were lucky we didn't get very wet at all. But one of the first things that you did when you got to the bar was get a drink, which was cool. But we went to the dance floor, and when you got to the dance floor, you did one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen a man of your size do, and you pretty much did the splits like within half a second, and you decided it was that cool that you did it 6 or 7 times. And I'm sort of seeing you today, and you're limping a little bit, so I'm wondering if your nocturnal activities have impacted your ability to walk today.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
It wasn't my proudest moment. Highly, I think, well, going on our analytics, we were a slightly older crowd.
Yep.
But I don't know whether you've heard of the song WAP.
No, I haven't.
Nicki Minaj and... is it Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, or Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion or something? Two female rappers.
Yeah.
And their song's called WAP.
Yeah.
Which, I think it's WAP. Stands for something that cannot be said on here.
Yeah.
But there's a dance challenge to it.
Yeah. Okay.
And look, like me after a few ciders, maybe I don't know, I couldn't tell you why, but maybe I felt inspired.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I was doing it at Beer Fest as well, and it was going down a treat.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
you carried it on.
If something works, keep going.
Well, I'm telling you now, it was impressive, and I'd love to get some footage of you doing that. Maybe next time we catch up,
I don't think I can ever do that again.
It was impressive. It really was. I thought that was impressive. Probably the other impressive thing that you did on Saturday night was you went to the bar and you pretty much asked them what's the most expensive bourbon that they had, and you bought 2 glasses of that.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. It was delicious. And then you only half drank yours, so I got to drink the other half of it. So I feel very privileged.
I know. There's no one else that I'd buy a drink like that for.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that. And probably the other thing about Saturday night before we move on is, below Alabama Song, there's a bar called Joe's Juice Joint.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting little haunt, isn't it?
It's a cool vibe. It's a bit weird, dark.
Very dark, so dark.
It's almost like it's candlelit.
But both of those venues, you notice they're really dark. You sort of go in there, so you're not going to go there if you want to read a book.
No, although I mean, surely people used to read by candlelight.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
yeah,
you get yourself a nice little spot there, right next to a candle, and maybe. But yeah, it's not ideal. But you make the best of what it is, and I think that's obviously it must be a thing in America on those dive bars to kind of have that darker kind of, which is cool. I like it, and it's good fun. We always have good fun when we go there.
Yeah, we do. Probably the one thing I like about Joe's is the music. Very grungy, very 90s rock. Very they play heavy songs, which I really like.
Yeah, you're into that, aren't you?
Yeah, I do. I like heavy songs. Back when I was young, I used to listen to Fear Factory and Sepultura, or Sepultura, depending on what you want to call them. Pantera. Yeah, not lots, but a little bit. Big System of a Down fan when they come out.
System of a Down.
Yeah. Those other bands are probably a bit old for you.
But
yeah, so that was a pretty cool vibe.
It was.
Yeah,
good times.
So look forward. This weekend, I'm actually going to Bunbury.
Yeah, I might be retiring for
a few weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a game down there, so I'm going to head down there, and it should be fun. Tonight, it happened.
Yeah. The
Mighty Titans.
The Mighty Titans, eh?
Yeah. Hello to the lads.
Yeah, must be scraping the bottom of the barrel for their last game of the season.
Yeah, they brought in the big guns, and I am going to say, I don't think I've ever shot that poorly in my life. And I'm not a great shot. I've always been a facilitator and a fairly solid defender, but I shot poorly.
Yeah. There was a couple ones that I did have to look to see whether someone opened the door or maybe the fans just got turned on or something. But you impacted in other areas.
Yeah, I did. I had a few steals, which was good, and got a few rebounds.
One that does come to mind right now is the steal that you overrun. You were going so fast. I almost thought if you got that steal, it might have been a dunk.
It could have been a dunk. I was actually feeling. I was feeling pretty bouncy.
The pace you were going at.
Yeah.
And you left the ball behind.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah. But then, did you notice?
Straight after,
I got a steal.
You did.
Yeah. So
you got it back.
Yeah. So the defense was all right there. Pretty vocal. Did my thing. But the thing with basketball is, and most sports, is that if you haven't done it in a long time, probably don't shoot the ball. Because you think you can shoot like you always shoot when you're shooting it all the time.
Just keep shooting.
Yeah. We had this nice little setup play where I was like just trail behind me, a little behind the back pass and
back ring.
Yeah, back ring. It was good. It was open. It was there. Yeah. So, it's a sneaky little play. But you must have had 5 M1s.
Yeah, there was a few.
Would you say that's the most you've ever had?
It's got to be up there. Yeah, probably M1s to be honest. That's probably the most I've ever been in the keyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was impressed.
But got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And I think I actually made most of my free throws.
I think you only missed one.
Yeah, which is good after the last couple of times I filled in. I think I've missed a couple free throws, which usually
not money.
It doesn't matter how long I haven't been playing for. The muscle memory is quite good for a free throw.
Yeah.
So that was good to make those again. But yeah, it was good to it was a little comeback, wasn't it? We were down by a bit.
I think we were down by 10 at one point.
Yeah, steady the troops.
But then I came on.
Yeah.
It changed the defensive dynamic.
Changed the dynamics, and away we went.
Yeah, so that was cool. I enjoyed it. So, guys at the Titans, firstly, thanks for listening to the pod. You got to mention now, and if you ever need us, what do we say?
620 games only.
So that was funny. Do you want to hear about something cool, Sammy?
Yeah, I want to hear about something cool.
So, me being me,
I
went on the internet to buy something because I buy lots from the internet now. I've decided, and we've spoken about buying from the internet before, and but now I've turned.
You turned. The conversation turned. Yeah.
Well, I think COVID might have turned me a little bit as well because you sort of just got used to buying things online rather than going to the shop.
Yeah.
But it's just so convenient. So I got on. I needed to get a Google Chromecast. Yeah. So I've got one in one room, and I needed to get another one. I'll probably need another one as well, to be honest, because they're just so good. I can play anything on anything.
Yeah.
But I got on there and I saw, I went to the Google website and then I got, suck it in, pretty much, because I could, for extra $10, I could get a Chromecast and a thing called a Google Nest Mini.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll have a little bit. What's this Google Nest Mini thing? So basically, what it is, it's a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
That is connected to the internet, and you can get it to do all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So I can pretty much go up to it and say, turn on Netflix in the family room, and it'll turn the TV on. It'll put Netflix on, and if I say play The Legend of Monkey, it'll put that show on as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Or if I want to listen to certain, I can go up to it and tell it to play. If I wanted to listen to Everclear for its now, I could say play Everclear, and it'll play Everclear.
Does that scare you?
No, not really. I just think it's cool, and I know it's listening and recording and voice and all that, but I'm not hiding anything. So for me, it's it's pretty cool. So I thought that was cool technology.
I was actually listening to a podcast today. I think our number one rival in Joe Rogan, because I think we kind of, as a podcast, he's probably the closest to us.
Yeah, I'd say so.
He's had some pretty big guests on his, as of we.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably similar listening audience size.
Yeah.
Same setup.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
So anyway, I was listening to him, and he had Elon Musk on.
Yeah. Yep.
And they were talking about the artificial intelligence and stuff like that, and they were talking about how he reckons they're going to be able to put a chip in your brain or something like that. That's pretty much just going to be like a computer. so you'll be able to remember everything better, all that kind of stuff.
Would you get the chip?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to get it, to be honest.
But it was interesting because...
Some things I don't want to remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what Joe Rogan was alluding to a little bit. And then Elon Musk said, well, you've already got these Google Nest things and stuff like that pretty much isn't that chip in your brain, but it's kind of like a baby step to getting to that.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. And then he asked, he's like, how long do you reckon? And he was like, best case scenario, like 5-10 years. And I was like, well, can we settle down? Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
that blows my mind.
I imagine that. Like,
Yeah.
5-10 years. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I think technology is important if we're going to keep building, but is the technology being geared in the right areas, like, safer fuel, safer electricity, not destroying our Earth?
yeah. Yeah.
Because there's too much. I think there's too much money in like fossil fuel.
Yeah.
For anyone to turn from that.
Big topics, aren't they?
They are. So anyway, we won't go down that path.
Exactly.
But, one of the things with this, like, I could get all these smart globes and things in the house, and I can pretty much...
I do.
All of that. Like, turn off the lounge room TV. The lounge room light. Yeah.
Oh, man.
How good's that?
It's good.
You can get fridges and stuff like.
I know, it's good, but it's scary.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit like... Not scary. I don't think scary is the right thing, but it's like...
It's eye-opening.
Yeah, it's just crazy that...
Yeah.
Imagine, like, 10 years, like, how it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, I think, I love technology.
Talking about technology, though, Nixie, you know what? Tony Hawk 1 and 2. Did you ever play it back in the day?
I did. I used to love it as well.
So, anyway,
triangle, square, triangle.
Oh, man. Last week,
yep.
So it would have been, the Friday after because we record Monday, on the Friday, Tony Hawk 1 and 2 Remastered came out.
So what did it come out on?
Like PlayStation 4, Xbox, all that.
Yep.
So remastered pretty much means it's the exact same game.
Just better graphics.
But the graphics have been upgraded, and then obviously they updated some
the skaters and stuff.
Yeah, a couple new skaters in there. And you can play online as well. But it is so much fun.
Yeah?
Like, it is incredible. Because I got NBA at the same time. New NBA game came out.
Yeah.
Not as good, just because obviously what's happening, like there's no new rookies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that is the game that I usually play mostly.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to get off Tony Hawk.
Yeah?
It's like, not that I'm on the PlayStation a lot, but it's like when I get to it, I'm like, I just want to play Tony Hawk.
Mm.
And it is so, it is amazing. I love it. So anyone that was around that liked Tony Hawk back in the day,
Yeah.
I'd highly, highly recommend dabbling a little $60 and having the time of your life.
I remember playing that when I was young. Like that came out when I was a teenager. So, man, that's 25 years ago.
Yeah, ages ago.
Yeah, maybe even 20 years ago. But yeah, we used to play that. Used to get down, have little parties, and that's a time. That is a time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to show you because it's
yeah. Do you know what? Like, there's been a little resurgence in these older games.
Yeah, there's a lot of remastering happening.
Do you know there's probably 3 games that I used to just love.
Yeah.
Crazy for. The first one was Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, Street Fighters, yeah.
Yeah. Have you played Street Fighter 2? That specifically?
I don't know. I probably would have played it, but I don't think I would be able to remember it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because that had like Ken and Ryu in it, and that Hadouken!
Yeah, the world
so
famous drinking game.
Yeah. That come out of it. And, like, that was a really cool game, and we used to spend like days and days and days playing that. The other one that we played a lot of when we were growing up was 007 GoldenEye that was on the Super Nintendo, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that was like the first good like first-person shooter.
Yeah.
So you'd have all these different stages, and you can have 4 people playing, and it'd separate the screens, and you try and find each other and kill each other. And man, no word of a lie, we would play that like, well, probably for 2 years. We played that like every day. It was incredible.
That's what you want.
Yeah, and you'd get guys that were just so good at it that just knew all the places and where to go, and so that was probably like the first really, really good
shooter.
Yeah, so I think if they brought in like another version of that out, that would just go mental. And the other one was NBA Jam, like the original NBA Jam. And I still like, I've got like a retro NBA Jam on my Xbox 360. And that was cool. That was so cool. Just 2-on-2, full court, big heads, crazy dunks, shooting triples. Like that's a fun basketball game. So simple but easy to play.
Do you know? I think that is almost why that a lot of these older games are kind of making. No, it's not really a comeback, is it? But coming back into fashion.
Yeah.
Is because obviously a lot of games now require a lot of time and effort, and it's all there is skill. Like it's a lot of skill to be half decent at it.
Yeah, super complicated.
While those older games were just so simple.
Yeah.
But just so much fun. Like simple but effective.
Yeah.
Like really, because that's even playing the Tony Hawks. Because there was another skate game that just came out before that, and it's not like obviously once you play it a bit, you get the hang of it.
Yeah.
But then I got on Tony Hawk and I was like, this is so simple.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously if you want to be harder, you can remember which way to do all the tricks and stuff like that. But if you just want to get on the sticks and play, simple. Like, so I've been loving that.
I think that's like originally what it was for. You get on, you have some fun, you compete. Like, there's some of the games that are out there now are just insane. Like you look at all the Call of Duties.
Yeah.
Like just how much detail there, how much depth there. Like so many things you can do. Like the strategizing and the planning, and like people like get on for like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, soil themselves because they don't want to leave the game. It's ridiculous. Whereas I'm like this sort of dude. This is like we were kids. Like you get NBA Jam there, you play a game, you lose, you're off.
Yeah.
And it's like 2-minute quarters, bang.
Yeah, it's quick. Yeah,
it's 8 minutes.
I think the good thing about older games was that there was no online, so people actually still had to come over and socialise.
Yeah.
While now it's online.
Yeah.
Which is it. Obviously, it's all right and it's good. It's handy, but it was fun when you'd have 4 or 5 mates over, and you'd play the game, and then if you lost, you're off.
Yeah.
If you win, you stay on, and then the next one's on, and then the people that are waiting are doing something else, but you guys are still kind of
together, socialising. Yeah, we used to have GoldenEye parties, so we'd have 4 TVs set up.
Yeah,
and then 4 consoles. So 4 controllers per console. Yeah. We'd have a bunch of people there playing each other, and who would win? Like you'd have like tournaments, playing against each other. Like that was fun, man. Like it's the same with the NBA Jam. Like no 2 people can have the same team.
Yeah.
So and you play it like a tournament to the end. Like that's all in the same room.
Exactly.
All hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go even back further, like Mario, that was a cool game, man.
That still goes off now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Mario Kart's insane. When that first came out as well, it's like, man, this game's so easy, but it's so much fun. You can shoot turtle shells at people. I love that. I'm going to knock him out.
That's... Super Mario Kart will never...
Yeah.
That will be there forever, I reckon.
Yeah, that was insane. And I think, like, you remember... When you can remember the song from games, like, it's a pretty good...
It's got the playlist.
Like... Mario was the business, So, yeah, I love that they're doing that. I think that's really cool. Do you know what I don't love?
What don't you love, Nixie?
Debris on roads.
Oh, tell me about it, Nixie.
So I sort of understand, like, if, like, it's been, like, a storm, and there's some, like, tree,
yeah.
Like, it's what can you do?
Yeah, you can't do anything about it.
But it's the things that fall out of people's cars.
Yeah.
And they just leave it there. So tonight's a perfect example. What happened on your way here, Sam?
I was taking a right.
Yep.
And I wouldn't say I was impatient, but the car in front of me was going a bit slow. And I was driving, taking the turn, and there was a cone in the middle of the road, and I absolutely utzed it, probably to the other side of the intersection. And just hit it. So it was a bit annoying, but luckily it was only a rubber cone, traffic cone, and not something that would actually damage my car, because that would have hurt. But yeah, so it is a bit annoying. In that situation, what do you do?
Well, and that's probably my question, because I don't really know like the etiquette or the rules behind. So I think if you're driving, and there's a car in front of you, and you see something fall off of the car, I think it's on you, like, to beep, wave, tell them to pull over or whatever, and pull over, and just let them know that that's fallen off. Can I give you a little bit of a hand?
Yeah.
Right, to help you or whatever. But I don't know, like that's the same thing. Like if say something has fallen off and you're coming past a little bit later and you see them picking up stuff off the road.
Yeah.
Like, do you stop and help them?
I wonder what it probably depends what it is, isn't it? I guess maybe if you feel like they might need some help, then maybe you go help them.
But do you think, like, with the way society is now, do you think that person that you're going to help is going to be a little freaked out and like, well, what's this weirdo doing?
Not like, if you just ask, like,
do you need a hand?
Do you need a hand?
So it's sort of like, say someone's on the side of the road and they got a flat tyre.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, you used to hear about people like, you stop and you help them.
Yeah.
Have you ever stopped and helped someone with a...
Nah, I can't. To be honest with you, I couldn't really... can't really remember a time seeing something. I have, like, I think one or a couple times, someone's had, like, the bonnet open in the car park or something like that, and I've drove past and just wind the window down. You all good? Yeah, no worries. All right.
That's the gangster way.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the right thing to do. Like, say in the tyre situation, if there's only one person there doing it, I think you stop and you help. I think if there's two or more people there, you let them just do what they need to do.
They can handle it.
Yeah, probably the same with the debris thing. Like,
So what happens if you haven't seen the debris fall off, but there's debris in the middle of the road?
Yeah.
Are you stopping?
Well, I think there's two options. How bad is it? Like, how heavy a traffic area is it?
Let's say, like a Joondalup drive, 70 kilometre zone, 2 lanes.
Yeah.
Kind of busy.
Yeah. I think if it's like a busy road, you don't put yourself at personal risk.
Yeah.
By getting it, but what you do is call the police or emergency services.
Yeah.
And say, look, there is loose debris at this intersection or at this part of the road. Just an FYI.
Yeah.
Because if you go out, imagine if you went out to pick something up and there's like some crazy guy, and I think that's the responsible thing to do, don't you?
Yeah, look, that's probably the right way to go about it, I think.
Again, we're unqualified, so
we're unqualified,
and I'm old. I'm really old, and I've never even really thought about this. So
it's. I don't think it's something that you come across often.
No.
But I think maybe we should get it trending. Like if you see some debris on the road, and maybe if it's a quieter street or something, and you know how sometimes if there is, I'm guilty. I reckon I've done it a couple of times, and there's something in the middle of, or not in the middle, but just to the side of the, like on the road, but it's a quiet street, so you're able just to drive around it, no worries. And take that 30 seconds.
Yeah, and pull it off the road.
I reckon.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. And I think, like, if say it's like tree debris or something.
Yeah.
There's been a storm and it's safe for you to do it. You should do that anyway.
Yeah. That's what we reckon.
Yeah.
We're going to start doing it.
Yeah. So start moving like the debris off the road so that, hopefully there's no further accident or damage.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Positive change.
Yeah. I think that's good. Talking about positivity.
Yes.
Yoga is known as a yoga is known as a really positive sort of activity. I've got a question regarding yoga.
Yes.
And I've been wanting to ask this since episode 2.
Yeah, this has been...
I have. It's been on my mind. Now, I've heard someone in the past say yoga's a sport. Now, firstly, is yoga a sport, Sam?
No.
No. All right. So, what defines a sport?
I'd say a sport is something that that can be competitive.
Yep.
That can be judged.
Yep.
And yeah, you can compete.
Yep.
Sure, if someone wanted to come up with a scoring system for yoga, I'm sure it could become a sport.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's...
Because like, say you got downward dog or something,
Yeah.
and whoever does the best one gets
yeah.
high. It's like gymnastics.
Yeah, a bit of posing or something like that, like the bodybuilding kind of stuff when they hit a pose and stuff like that. I guess yoga could be like that,
So is bodybuilding a sport?
I guess it is, isn't it? Because it's competitive.
But I think for me, I call that a competition. I probably wouldn't call it a sport because I think a sport's people competing against it and they determine the outcome. Whereas with a competition, judges determine the outcome. It's not necessarily the competitors. Obviously, they do their best to.
Yeah.
So it's still it's competitive. It's a competition. Like they're competing against each other. But ultimately, it comes down to how external people rate them on certain variables.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see, but then gymnastics is not a sport then, is it? Because they're judged.
Yeah, it'd be a competition.
Yeah.
Like diving.
Competition.
A diving competition, not sport, diving is a sport.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But it
Or
is, I see, I think that's a
whereas
sport.
swimming, that's competitive.
Yeah.
So whoever wins, wins. Basketball, two teams play against each other. Whoever wins.
Yeah.
Like whoever puts the ball in the hole the most amount of times wins.
Yeah.
Whereas with gymnastics, synchronized swimming, diving,
Equestrian.
But equestrian is a little
show
different.
riding.
The show riding though, yeah. So when they do the dressage,
dressage.
But when they're doing jumps and things,
then
they're scored.
That's scored.
So there's actually there might be a little bit of form judged, but it's actually jumping and getting over the jumps.
Yeah.
In a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. So I'd say that's sport.
Yeah.
But dressage is a competition. So it's a dressage competition. It's a jumping's a sport. You know what I mean?
I understand because I guess the thing that comes to my mind.
Yep.
And I think last week we talked about it. Skateboarding being in the Olympics.
Yeah.
It's a skateboarding comp.
Yes. Not skateboarding's a sport.
Yeah. But then why? Then it is a sport though.
But it's not a sport.
Yeah, I know, but it is.
It's not.
You know what I mean?
It's competition.
Yeah, but
if they're racing skateboards,
then I don't know. It's an interesting one, but then I guess competition is. What's the difference between? Oh yeah, we have. I don't know. I understand, but I'm not convinced.
Yeah. So Pilates would be an exercise.
Physical activity.
Yeah, physical exercise, and it's exerting in its heart.
Yeah.
Yoga, exercise. Exerting its heart. Gymnastics, competition. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey, sport. Yeah. That's how I. So in my head, that's what I think. That's, So you'd say.
But I think sport and competition.
Yep.
There's both like an outcome.
Definitely an outcome, but it's how the outcome's determined.
Mm. But I guess you could put them. It's like a 1A 1B situation.
Expand on that.
Well, competition.
Yeah.
Sport.
Yeah.
There's still an outcome.
Yeah. Both have.
So it's like a 1A 1B.
Yeah.
They're different, but they're similar in the fact that
there's a winner at the end.
There's a winner and there's an outcome.
Yeah. It's how the winner is determined. Yeah. Is it determined by external judges?
Yeah.
Judging it?
Or the play.
The athletes competing and playing.
I can agree on that it's a 1A, 1B situation, Nixie.
All right. Well, I think... Because, again, that's probably the first time I've really expanded.
Yeah, so I never really thought about it too much. But going off it from that, I'd say it's a 1A, 1B.
Yeah, yeah.
Sport, competition.
I'd love to get people's thoughts on that. Like, am I completely mad by thinking that, or does it make perfect sense?
Yeah, it would be interesting to see other people's thoughts. But we can definitely agree on that yoga is not a sport.
Yeah, yoga's not a sport. Pilates is not a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foam rolling.
Not a sport. No. But it helps you with your sport.
Helps, but it's not a sport.
Not a sport. Pool is a sport.
Sport?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
two people competing against each other, and there's an outcome.
10-pin bowling?
Sport. That's a sport for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've got a good little decipher of what is what.
Dancing, not a sport. That's competition.
Competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, judges.
Yeah.
I think we've got a nice little system there.
Yeah, I think so as well.
So if maybe we should publish that in a book.
Yeah.
Maybe we should. I've never seen a book saying, you know, the clear. Actually, there probably is. I haven't looked, to be honest with you, but I'll have a quick Google. And if there's nothing clearly defining the difference between a sport and a competition,
Yeah.
we'll trademark this podcast.
Yeah. And we just defined it.
Yeah,
Just
done.
Do you know what a lot of sports require?
What do they require, Nixie?
Socks. They require socks.
They do.
Yeah.
It's you'd be lost without them sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it helps me if you've got shoes on. I have socks with the blistering. Now you think it's weird that I'm talking about socks, but I just want to admit I saw the coolest thing, like with socks, because I like funky socks, like different types of socks, like with different patterns on it and that sort of stuff. And every year, my family at Christmas or birthday, they're like 2 days apart, so it's either one of the two.
Yeah.
They get me like a pair of socks that I wear when I coach in. So every year I have a different pair of socks that I coach in.
Yeah.
The games. And I'm a big fan of the Buffalo Bill ice cream.
Yeah.
Like a monster fan of it. I love those ice creams. Like if I was at a shop and like, there was one there, I'd probably buy it just because it's there, you know.
Yeah.
So there's these socks that are out. They're Buffalo Bill socks.
I believe I've seen them.
Really? Where?
Someone else, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I think I've seen them.
Man, I've got to get some.
Or I've seen the website where they get sold on.
Yeah, I saw them on the internet.
Uncle Rico, maybe?
Okay.
I think they usually do. I think they do like a Buffalo Bill shirt.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah. Socks. I want the socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of socks do you wear in your day-to-day life? What's your go-to sock?
I like a black sock.
Yeah.
And I like a sock, like a short sock. So not an ankle sock.
Not an ankle sock.
Yeah, so above the ankle.
Yeah.
Above the ankle sock. Above the ankle. But I don't want a half calf sock.
Yeah.
Unless I'm playing footy. Like if I was playing footy,
Then
I've got a full lower leg sock. I pull them up and I play with high socks.
Yeah.
Which is something my son's doing, which I really like. And he tucks his shirt in as well. I always had my shirt tucked in. Tucks his shirt in, but like it's harder to tackle then. So, yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
So everyday life, like, you know, you're wearing sort of the socks that I like. How would you describe those?
These ones are like mid. These aren't long socks.
Yeah.
These are like mid socks, I'd say.
Like a mid socks.
But these are my sporting socks.
Yeah.
My everyday, I like wearing sockettes now. I've made the change to sockettes.
My wife wears sockettes as well.
Fashion statement.
Yeah.
No, I think it's quite everyone. I think most people now these days wear sockettes.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you wear boat shoes with them or?
No, I'll just wear like my Vans or anything with them.
Just to show your ankles.
Yeah. I've got a nice pair of ankles.
Yeah.
So why not show them off?
Do you know one of the weirdest things I've had said to me recently? It's so weird. I was at work, and a lady come up to me and goes, "Oh, you've got such nice ankles." And I'm like, "What does that even mean, Sam?" You have like great ankles. I love your ankles.
It's
That's what's weird, isn't it?
yeah. I don't know where she's going with that comment.
Neither do I.
You know what?
Like they are nice ankles. I'll be honest. But
I mean, what about the eyes? You know, like let's pick out something
a little bit more.
The ankles is just like, I All right, thanks.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Worked real hard on those.
Well, they're like interesting, but I said thank you. Like, I really appreciate that.
mean,
She liked my ankles.
take any compliment you can get.
Oh, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Weird. Yeah, so I like those socks, but I like colourful socks. I like different socks.
My dress socks are usually that's when I make my sock statement.
Yeah.
Is on my dress socks.
Yeah. And that's weird because if you got like dress pants on, you don't even see your socks.
Yeah, but when you sit down,
Oh yeah. That's why I wear.
it's like a low key. It's a little low key statement.
Yeah. I always get compliments on my socks, which is cool. I like them. I do wear my state socks a lot.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah,
because they're just nice socks.
Yeah,
They feel good and they're good height and they're quite inconspicuous. Got a little WA on the side.
If it works, doesn't it?
So I like them. I think they're pretty cool. Do you know what else I think is really cool, Sam?
What do you think's very cool, Nixie?
Reebok pumps.
I've never owned a pair myself, but my brother did have a pair of Reebok pumps with the basketball on the tongue and pump it up and then press on the side of the where your ankle is to
release it.
Yeah, release it. It would be cool to have a pair. Not having a pair, but they do look a nice shoe.
Well, one of the saddest moments happened today.
Oh, what happened?
So I wore my Reebok pumps tonight that I haven't worn in 10 years.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, I did notice.
Years. Yeah, and they broke. So now I have to throw them out. They're vintage. They're like 20 years old.
Why'd you wear them?
Because we come out of retirement for tonight, play a game together, and once shoes get a little bit old, they start to fall apart.
That is for sure.
So I've got to throw them out now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the hunt to find a new pair of Reebok pumps.
That's dangerous with the resale market these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because resale, vintage is all just in demand, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah.
Wrong time. Not trying to get down on you, but
I'm gonna find some.
I'm sure you will.
I'm sure they still make them somewhere.
Yeah. But what depends what you want a good pair of them. You don't want a newer one. You want the
I want the vintage look.
Yeah. So
I want,
good luck on your search.
Appreciate it.
If I see anything, I'll let you know. I'll holler at you.
Yeah.
Goat. Have you heard of Goat?
No, what's Goat?
It's an shoe app.
Really?
They do some resale on there and stuff. You check that one out.
Okay.
I might even have it on my phone so I can show you. I don't know. I'll probably delete it, to be honest with you, because I had it for a couple of years and I just never bought shoes off there.
Yeah.
I don't really buy new shoes too often.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't recently.
Mine goes in waves, my shoe purchasing.
I pretty much buy Converse and that's it.
Yeah.
I skate shoes.
I just buy... I go on Shoe Shop.
Yeah.
And I filter by cheapest first.
Yeah.
And I just scroll until price matches look.
Yeah.
And that's
So what's your average shoe spend then?
like on a casual shoe?
Yeah, just casual shoe.
Probably like $50.
Yeah?
Yeah. $50. I do the same thing when I get basketball shoes.
Yeah.
Like, give me the cheapest shoe first.
Yeah.
And then if I'm in shop, I'll literally try them all until
You find
the right
someone
one comes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. I spent my last pair I bought was a pair of Converse All Stars, the low ones.
Mm-hmm.
$40.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was good. I felt like, and I bought them online as well.
Yeah, I think I paid $100 for 2 pairs of shoes last. That was my last. So
yeah,
2 shoes at $50.
Yeah, so that's good. I think that's good. I think these people that come in, particularly basketball people, and they spend $270 a pair of shoes. What are you doing?
Especially the casual shoe. Yeah, I don't know.
Why would you spend that much on a shoe though? They go on your feet.
Yeah, I know. It's such.
And imagine the stuff you're walking through.
Yeah, you have to be very. But see, I don't like when you have to be particular where you're going, because sometimes you don't know where you're going to go.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I'll get a new pair of shoes, and it probably takes me a year before I actually wear them out to somewhere that, you always like. I want to keep my shoes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So I end up wearing my old ones like just over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah,
and over.
yeah. That is the
no
play.
matter how crappy they get, because you don't mind if they get dirty or sticky.
Exactly.
Or...
That's what you need. You need a good pair of shoes that you can just thrash.
Yeah. You really do. You really do.
Well, Nixie, we're
it's that time again.
we're at the end. It's been a good podcast. I've enjoyed this one. Bit late for my liking.
Yeah, a little bit late, but we had to get buckets.
We had to get buckets.
I did get a bucket. Nice reverse layout.
That was very nice, yeah. Had to get the dub. Obviously, get involved on our socials.
Hashtag opinions unqualified.
Yeah, if you want to be a guest, slide in our DMs.
Yep. Get on that DM.
Yeah, and then take it easy, really. That's nothing more for me to say.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for the support. Stay classy. Sure.